involved in my medical study, and at my last camp, how many were at the camp when I wrote all that out? A ton of stuff, isn't it? I mean, I have a whole suitcase full of material that I got to be able to get to where I could teach these people and you. And when we got to it, we told you a nerve ending, the Y, and nerve crossing. So we're going to go over this. I want you to look at the top of the head, and you'll see, in fact, take a close look at that face, and look at all the Y's. Does everybody see? Yes. If you take the jaw, take your jaw, go from here to here. Just put your hands like that. Now go right in the middle. Go right in the middle. That's stomach 5. Does everybody see the Y there? Now, come across and go to this indent. Feel right here, you have a little indent. You see the Y there? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to use those. We're going to go back and use each one. And I want to explain the gallbladder. You see the gallbladder where it Ys, it comes up? That's what makes the gallbladder so effective. And in the past, when I've taught you to hit gallbladder, I've taught you to hit gallbladder and do this. Well, now you can look at that and you'll see why. Exactly, there's Y's. You're sending the energy that direction on those. When you have nerve flowing, if you look at the person next to you, and we've done this before, you'll see a little valley, a little indent. Have you ever noticed that on where the gallbladder flow? You look right at the gallbladder meridian, and let me see if you have a prominent one. Yes. Here. Now you're going to just turn around for me. Aim that way. Turn around. If you're where you can see you're up close, you'll see a little valley right here. You see it? A little indent. That's where energy flows. Right into here. Now you'll see it here. You'll see energy flow. If you look close, if you look at the person next to you. If you go out somewhere where somebody's drinking alcohol, the more alcohol they have, the deeper that channel gets. The more they drink, this will get real deep. But this is an energy flow. And what you have happening here, if you look at the 3 nerve endings, now that's a side view. So that's like a movie, and if I take a side shot where I hit you, I'd go like this, and from over there a camera would look like I hit him. And if he goes along with it, it will. So this is a side view. If you're looking at a front view, the one nerve ends right here. The lower one you see that comes in across the eye ends right here. And the top one ends right here. When you have nerve endings, you have an energy that channels between them. They are connected. If we take this guy and cut off his arm or his leg, nothing continues to grow. But that's why people that have a foot removed sometimes think the foot hurts them, or they go to itch where there's no arm or no foot. I mean, I've talked to people that way. That my stepfather lost both his legs, and he used to reach to scratch his calf or whatever, but it's this energy that just passing out, and it's all contained within your aura. So I've done some aura things. Well, it's contained within that aura. That energy is passing between these nerves. That's why you're disrupting it. Most people that attack the gallbladder meridian do not do it correctly. They hit, or they hit up, or they glance off. If you're going to hit the gallbladder meridian, it has to be straight on. It has to be this way, straight. If he's taller than you and you have to reach up to do it, you would have to reach up to do that. So I don't recommend it if they're taller than you. However, if you have in a finger lock and he's coming down to your level, pop right ahead, because then it's going to be there. Does everybody understand that theory? So that's right here. You have the nerve ends right here. This book is real deep on this. You turn you don't have the book. I have the book. You can go order the book. I wouldn't advise it, but it's all covered in my 3 books over there. But when you get to this point, you have this energy passing down and this energy passing up. And when you tap, you get the 3 nerve ends, and you disrupt all the energy. So you just put the guy out with just the slightest little tap. And if you do it, the more of that you do, the faster he goes out. And then you all know that if you activate down on the foot or anywhere along that whole meridian, it's going to go out faster and easier. Now, if you look here, are you all right? You feeling okay? Yeah, okay. If you look just for the eyebrow, feel your eyebrow. Your actual eyebrow. Rub your eyebrow. Right where it turns, there's a little indent. You feel it? Little indent. Well, now look at your chart, and you'll see the Y there. You'll see the one nerve coming across the top. That's a little deep, but you see that little tiny branch, and there's a little tiny indent there. Does everybody see it? Well, that's a very weak spot. Very weak spot. Supraorbital nerve also comes in from behind. So when you attack that region, you send it in and affect the whole cranial crown. If you look at the nervous system in this book even, the nerves in the head look like somebody has a mesh hat on. Like those mesh hats they used to wear during the early periods when they fight with helmets and swords. Well, that's what the nerves look like in your head. They look like that mesh hat. And that one is the one that'll feed it into it the fastest. That one at the eyebrow. Great place to end the fight quick. You almost flick somebody and make them pass out at that spot. It's so easy. Because the exposed nerve under the eyebrow. The only thing is you have to get under the eyebrow, not up on it. Go over to where triple warmer 23 is. Wow, you almost can't miss. You get 2 big Y's right here. Just go to the corner of your eye. Go right to here. Put a finger there. Feel the indent. Feel a little indent. Every time you have one of these openings, there'll be a passageway to it. So the body's not strong. The body has a lot of weaknesses, this being one of them. You don't want to punch the person in the temple, you want to hit them right in this indent. And you'll see the Y goes in there, and you'll see that as you attack it, if you didn't get your result and you come back under the eyebrow or the gallbladder, you got all of these branching off. Or if I clip him on this, and he turns, and then you punch him in here, you look behind the jaw, and you'll see the root for the 7th facial nerve. That root, in reality, is about that big. I mean, that's rather large looking at it. Not under a microscope, looking at it. It's a root right behind his jaw that branches out through the face in that angle. Like a spider reaching out across your face. Now if you go by the nose, right where the glasses are, right where the bone meets the gristle, and you tap a little bit in here, you'll see that Y on that chart. I usually tell people if you are in a self-defense situation, the guy has glasses on, hit him on his glasses. Right where his 2 nose pieces are going to hit those 2 nerves on both sides. And if they don't drive him crazy or knock him out, he will lose his vision really fast. You just clip him on the glasses and he'll be like this. And then if he really has thick glasses, take them. I want it to be a fair fight. Okay, I'm over here. Okay, now, if you go right here, if you put your finger right in, like you're trying to put it under your nose, this again is showing you, but there's a Y that actually comes real close right here. And the Y is right here, back here. Right there is the Y in the nerve, so you can feel your own. and it branches under the nose. Other one we use small intestine right here. Look at the Y in the center of the cheek. If you push in, and actually on that one you want to push in and push up, you'll get direct nerve. Direct nerve. Everybody see it? This is just one book I found. I found this book after I started studying physiology books and anatomy books, and I was going over the bodies. But once I realized that if you get a Y, a place where two nerves cross or a nerve ending, this is going to hurt the human body. You can almost get any chart. I went out to one of the malls, and they had one of these big charts, and you could like peel off the skin. And I bought one of those. You can peel back the skin and see what the nerves are under the skin, in between the muscle. And Dr. Ralph Bushbacher, who's from this area, got me into you've all heard that story, but into the University of Virginia Medical School, and we dissected human bodies, and we traced these nerves in reality. And you feel them, you can trace them, you can see how big they are, and then you actually get to see below the skin. Average person punches somebody in the face like that, he might or might not hurt him, but if you take that knuckle and punch in that hole, you're going to get that Y. You're also going to get that whole 7th facial nerve right to the ear lit up. If you look at that chart, under the ear, I'm trying to see if it's there, but you see how the nerve branches to be the gallbladder, and you see how the other one branches coming from the back? And you see that branch up there for a gallbladder 20 as a Y? And again, that's a side view if you had this book and open it up. The Y's are right on. They're right on. If you ever get a acupuncture dummy that has the points on it, every now and then I see one at a doctor's office or a chiropractor's office especially. They have the same acupuncture dummy, but they have the nerves on it. And one of my seminars, the chiropractor brought that, and they made the teaching easy because you look at it, everywhere we're attacking, there's little Y's in yellow, the nerves. If you get down the 2 bladder meridians on the back, off the spine, 2 inches off the spine, are little Y's, little Y, little Y, little Y. Go 2 inches away, and there's more little Y's. So what we're going to do, I want you to, I'm going to have you find this one. It's right in here. You're going to find it on your opponent. If I were to punch somebody in the jaw, I'm not going to hit him like that. I'm going to take that finger and I'm going to tap in like that. The nerve that you see with the Y here, actually, if this were your jawbone, this is where your teeth start, that nerve is right in there. There's a little roll. It's hidden, protected. So if you go to punch somebody, that has somewhat of a protection. But if you did this, and punch like that, you're going to get right in between. You're going to roll over and get between the bone. Everybody see that? Also, you're going to find this one. We're going to do this one. You've had this before, but I want you to associate it with this. You take these home. Bring these tomorrow, too, by the way. But everybody press right in here. Okay. These are used to control somebody's face. Control turning. I also teach them at mental institutions to stop people from biting you. They go to bite you. You lock in and down, and it opens the jaw, and they can't move their head. If I go in here like this, he can't do anything but go that direction. And they'll leave go of whoever they're on. So I'm going to have your opponent grab you. And then I want you to just put a finger on this Y. And then I want you to go like that. You'll see it turns his head. If you want to give him a little bit of shock, however, be careful. Go like that to turn his head, and then quick turn back into that Y. Now he's going to go like that, and it's going to hurt him. So what we're going to do is a little push. Okay, he's going to grab you. Like that. When we're standing up, he's grabbing. You're going to go into here and cut it this way. Turn his head. Then I'm going to have you do this in slow. He grabs. I want you to do this and then cut right into there. You feel the difference? That will make sure he lets you go. Okay, let's try that. You grab a hold of the head, or pin him against something, and cut in, and just as you cut in, stop the head and back. So what you can do, just hold the person's head. Don't hold him on the gallbladder back there or the pressure points, because I don't want people passing out. If you want to pass it out, we just tap on stomach 5. All right? That was easy. I did that ago.
That was easy.
There's kata moves that go like this, and the hands spread out on this angle. If you got the guy in a finger lock here, and you clip this way, you're going to just get in this hole. I don't want to do that, because if you felt the pain there, you don't want it clipped into that Y. So if I get him in a finger lock, and I'm taking him this way, and then I just separate the two and take this little knuckle and wrap in there, it drives the pain right over the 7th facial nerve, and he's going to get down probably grabbing his ear. If I just tap him, he's going to go. Now what I want you to do is feel stomach 5. Don't hit it. You can do stomach 5 several ways. You can put one finger underneath, because there's a branch off that Y. There's a branch that comes down and ends right here, right there. So what you can do is just picture just coming up under the center of the jaw, and just lift it under the jaw. That lights up the whole 7th facial nerve also if you do it hard and fast. Right in this hole, if we go that direction, we got a pressure point. Okay? And again, he's going along, and if I hold his head to do that, it's going to hurt him. But then, this is what you're going to do with your partner, so you understand these. Then you're going to go in that hole and just push straight up. A little bit that way, just up and like that. Not push up, but just give it a little bit off to that angle. And you'll be right on one right there that you see will cause pain. And now we're going to go back that way at a 45. You're going to get in this hole, and you're going to go that way. So there's 3 different pressure points there. And there are 3 different angles. Right in the center of that hole. Right in the center of your cheek. Everybody has that. So I told people I wouldn't just punch in the cheek. I'm going to take that knuckle and go in that hole after that nerve in that cheek. Got that? If I wanted to pick somebody up, I worked with police on that. In fact, I'm in Toronto, Canada, the Colony Hotel, with one security guard used to have got a guy right off a stool that refused to leave and grabbed the bar ring. And he said, "No, you're coming with me." And he just placed this knuckle in that hole and just went like that, and that guy let go and came right off his, "You all right?" A lot of times, well, about 90% of the time, when you get a Y, you don't always have to get it that way. But when you cut in this way, you cut into the Y, you really pull the energy that was coming out here. And you're causing the pain in both nerves. That's what intensifies his pain. You've got it coming in like that. They're supposed to be feeding it information. That's feeding it information. When you cut into here right, you've confused the whole system. And now you have some serious pain going to happen. Because they're reading that everything's messed up out in this area. And you have these little Y's all over the face. You've all played with this one in the past. We've done this under the nose. Well, if I go into the nose, you all know that you don't feel pain. And that's what I like best about that one. You won't feel any pain. But you do know then that if you connect with the large intestine, that you'll cause pain. So if he grabs me, and I am hold tight, if I go like this, nothing. But if I touch the large intestine, he gets pain and back he goes. Everybody, I think, knows that in the room, yes? But I like that the best. That's the energy of the large intestine coming up across. and you do anything, and by the way, if you take the large intestine and you hit it, which you've seen probably Will Higginbotham, he's knocked people out with this technique, and it's just this move out of a qoute. Empty. So if you hit that arm and you strike there, you're going to get a good result, plus the fist, cutting that little knuckle cut into that point. But the Y, if you look at your chart, sits back a little bit. So the two nerves firing in there are responding off the large intestine. That's why when you do the arm, that hurts. If you don't have a large intestine, cut that way. Cut that way. If he grabs me, I can do it here, but I'm going to go to the same nose hole, but I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to come right here. Now, I don't want to touch you, but I do want to hold him or hold him somewhere so he doesn't get away from me, because I'm going to do some pain. But we're going to cut into the little Y that you see right over here. The gallbladder you see up there, as explained in the dusty seal over here, that, you know, medical people will go, well, there's no nerve, there's a V upside down right here. I go, no, but there's a nerve ending here, there's one ending here, and there's one ending here. And when you connect with the three and do that, you're cutting it right back and destroying the message. People that attempt or do no-touch knockouts should lock with those 3 points. And now maybe you'll understand, because when they don't get the guy to go out, every time I've seen it, for one reason or another, they don't do that. Now, you can't do it that fast or that cuts it off. You've got to lock with those 3 points on what we call a no-touch knockout. And then you've got to very slowly do that. But that's why Kata-san Chin will come like this and draw that circle. It's telling you to pass it that way. Kata will have the hand open. The kata will have you draw a half a quarter circle up here. And it also has you coming up this way below. And both of those will really disrupt. If we take this quarter paddle and hit up, and we take that top and hit down, you can bet the guy is going to go down. And you're probably going to injure him. But it's just this move out of Sanchin that looks like quarter circles. The energy that's passing between those is what you're playing with. And I also tell you to look at the palm of your hand. If you look closely at the palm of your hand, you'll see a point here. You'll see an indent here. And you'll see an indent there. You'll see the indent here, here, and here. If you look at it close, there's the same V that matches up with the head. So you look at the hand. So if you're going to hit somebody in the head, if you can get those two and the bottom one to match up with that on contact, and then on contact have a turn, that's when you get the person to pass out. That's not with a no touch, that's with a touch. That's hitting the guy. And believe me, in a real situation, I'm going to touch you. I might use a no touch to set you up. I've done that already. I might look like I'm doing this, waving my hand, talking to you, but your energy's going to be going somewhere when I hit you. So basically, that's it. When you connect with these three to those three, that's what really will disrupt the energy. And you have the same matching V here. And Kata-san-shin will have you like that right at the guy's head. And even tell you to do that to it when you do it. You almost don't need the bottom. If you just tap anybody in the head lightly that way, they at least go like this. Well, then the fight's over. And the fight's over. And they can't. Does anybody have any questions on these? Yes? No? If you look at the Ys, the little dotted lines are deep, but not so deep that you can't get to them. They will pass the message. The nerves that you see that are black, they're yellow on the real chart, but the nerves that you see that are black are closer to surface, but they will pass the message right on to the other ones. Those messages, like I told you, supraorbital nerve is right under here. That will feed that message not only into the whole cranial system, but into that Y that you see coming down into the jaw at the same time. So keep in mind, no matter what you do to somebody up there, if you don't think you got a result, you know where to hit him next. You tap him on this and you didn't think you get a result, pull it, clip in behind the jaw. Because you've activated nerves that are feeding a message down to there. If you've done this to somebody and you made the message out here, and then you clip in behind the jaw. The one thing that I really think would kill somebody is if you took this hand and you took his head and turned it that way with one of those points, then use this hand and punched him in there while that is stretched. I'm sure you're going to kill somebody. I don't know if the little Oriental man meant to do it that way or not, but that's the way it would go. If you look at these Ys, the deep ones and the close to surface, you will see that they represent the stomach channel. And they drop down where you see stomach 5, you'll see stomach 4, you'll see that Y over there, and that's stomach 6. And if you come right up the face, you'll see the stomach lines. And again, just like the gallbladder at the top where the nerves end and the message is being passed, that's what's happening down the stomach channel. So there's not an actual nerve that is running in this shape all the way coming down and into the stomach. But there is that connection of energy passed between those nerve Ys now in this case. Same as your bladder meridian in the back has little letter Ys, little Ys. Has anybody seen a nerve chart with that on? If you look at it, the back, there's little Ys right up the whole back in 2 rows on both sides. And we use those. If you want to experiment with those, cut into the Y on those. Maybe we'll do some of that tomorrow or Sunday. But you can reach behind somebody's back and do the same thing you do to their face. Most people don't know to cut into the Y though. They just hit the nerve. Well, that's just force. But if you cut into that Y and give a little rub or torque that the message is getting into that nerve, then you'll see some results. Anybody have a question on that? Yes? No? Okay.